Hi, welcome to Amber's Garden Corner. I'm Amber, and today we're going to harvest and prepare the collards for saving for later. We're going to harvest these collard leaves for preserving them for later. I've got my kitchen here. You can usually harvest them a little bit sooner than this. However, since we usually have a little bit of fresh greens every night, I will oftentimes just harvest as we need them. However, I won't be harvesting for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest a bunch of these up for storage for later. And if you can see where the branch is off, new shoots come up. Now, it is getting a little bit later on the season, and these and of course the fruits wants to have all its energy going towards fruiting or seeding, which I'm not allowing right now. Okay, I think you probably have the idea. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the rest of this, and then I'll meet you back in the kitchen. Okay, so we got the collards picked, and actually ended up harvesting some more strawberries and harvest the purple Russian garlic. Before we slice this up and everything, I've got it in cool water, rinsed off, cleaned off, and then set in there for me to go ahead and prep them. So, I'll let him do that real quick and show you. But you want to go ahead and put your lettuce down, and you can put several leaves on each other, and then go ahead and cut the spine out.
Oh, I missed.
You have to make sure you align the spines up well so that you can do that in one sweep. And then if you go ahead and roll up the leaves, that way you can just slice it down like cinnamon rolls or what have you, Play-Doh. And it'll give you kind of a cold slaw collard, so if you want to do like a salad with them or what have you. Whatever recipe you might have for that. So we'll go ahead and prep the rest of this up, and then we will take that into our water, and for 3 minutes it will simmer in the hot water to blanch the leaves, and then as soon as it gets done in 3 minutes, it will go into an ice bath of water into the sink to cool off promptly. And anyways, we'll finish this up. Okay, and once we get all the stems out of these, the stems will actually go to the chicken. And the collards are a great source of calcium, non-dairy calcium, both for yourself and the chickens. Mark doesn't like to fold it over. But you know, you can rip it, you can cut it, you can fold it. You know, as long as you do it the way it works for you, it's awesome. Right?
Right.
Okay, so I will go ahead and give this another rinse off before I blanch this. And of course, if you're ready to eat it right now, you don't have to blanch it. You just do whatever you want to cook with it, whether you want to juice with it, or make collards, or stir fries, salad. You know, there's several things that you can do with this. However, you do want to make sure you get any of the sand or dirt that can possibly collect up on to the leaves. So we'll go ahead and get this rinsed off, and then we'll stick it into the water. Anyway, so go ahead and get your collards in there as quickly as possible. Now, this does blanch for a little bit longer than usual. Usually about 2 minutes, but with collards, go ahead and do it for 3 minutes. And we'll be right back. Okay, so these have been blanching for 3 minutes. As you can see, it's good color, and we'll go ahead and immediately get these strained, rinsed off, and then put into some cold water. Another tip too is if you capture your water, let it cool back down, you can pour that back into your garden and use for later, and any vitamins or minerals that might have steamed out of that for 3 minutes will go back into your garden. The good thing about living here is the water is actually pretty cold coming out. And go ahead and let that cool off in here. And then we will go ahead and let that cool off in here. And this helps you keep your nice, oops. This helps you keep your nice, vivid green colors of your collards for when you freeze them. That way you can use them in your quiches or everything else you might like to have your collards with.
Yep.
Okay, so once they've soaked for a little bit, go ahead and take them out over to the colander. Make sure your sink and everything is bleached out and cleaned and everything, of course. And we'll let this dry out, and we will be right back. Okay, so I have this pan to use instead of a cookie sheet. And go ahead and take that and spread it out evenly. give it a little pat down, and put it in the freezer for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then once you get that out, we'll put that in the freezer bag, and I'll show you a little trick. Unless you have a super awesome vacuum seal system, I've got a little trick for you. So we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So we've got about half of this now, and I'll do another freeze of this. So we go ahead and we get our freezer bag, and if you see, it's you know, stiff at this point, but it's frozen, but it's not all stuck together. That way, if you want to use it for a recipe later on, it's not just one great big clump. So go ahead and put that in the bag. And you do want to kind of do this a little quickly, depending on how much you froze it before you put it in there. This was a relatively quick freeze. Okay, so then you want to remove all the air from the bag. Put it right there, please. Put it right there. So then you want to remove all the air from the bag. Go ahead and compress that down. And the little quick tip is if you take your straw and fold it in half, insert it into your bag after you've sealed most of it. Just leave a little spot for where you have the bag in there. And then go ahead and suck all the air out. And then slide your straw out carefully and seal it. And that'll give you a little vacuum pack if you don't have a vacuum sealer. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. We love to hear from you. And have an awesome